Pennsylvania state senators want to ban no-excuse mail-in voting. Nice. That's Doug Mastriano and Patrick Stefano, I believe. And Mitch McConnell backstabbed President Trump earlier this week. You may be well aware of it. In a lying RINO floor speech, his last day, I believe, as Senate Majority Leader, not state. We'll see whether he votes to so-called convict Trump, this sleazy Mitch. And Nelson County GOP voted unanimously to censure the Kentucky RINO Mitch McConnell for impugning President Trump's character. Nice. This is the end of Hour 1 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, Friday, January 22nd, 2021. Stay tuned for Hour 2. By the way, church on Sunday, rebuildingtheman.com/church on the Bond Rebuilding the Man YouTube channel. 11 a.m. Pacific time every Sunday. Church with Jesse Lee Peterson podcast also available. Combating voter shenanigans, Pennsylvania state senators unveil legislation to ban no-excuse mail-in voting. This is from Revolver and National File. Pennsylvania state senators, Doug Mastriano and Patrick Stefano are starting a new fight for election integrity in the state. Lax mail-in voting laws were passed in 2019. They say the 2020 election cycle was fraught with public confusion and misinformation, much of which was centered around mail-in voting ballots, wrote Mastriano, joined by Senator Patrick J. Stefano. Shared in a Facebook post, too, by the way. The legislation proposed by Mastriano and Stefano would remove the elements of Pennsylvania's Act 77, which allow for an unprecedented number of mail-in ballots to be requested with virtually no clear reason from the people requesting those mail-in ballots. Taking advantage of the unprecedented use of mail-in voting, Governor Wolf, Secretary of State Boockvar, I think it's Kathy Boockvar, and a rogue Supreme Court unlawfully usurped legislative power to set the conditions for an election result in their political interest, they declared. Their actions were a direct attack on the legislature's power to set the time, place, and manner of holding elections as granted by the U.S. and Pennsylvania constitutions. There were allegations of backdated mail-in ballots, as well as vote dumps, as President Trump called them. But we all know that Biden legally completely won, right? Mastriano and Stefano seek to regain some trust in our election's integrity. Faith in our election process is crucial, they said. Mitch McConnell just can't stop betraying Trump, according to Revolver News, and I believe them. New York Post writer Michael Goodwin says that speaking on the Senate floor Tuesday, his last day as Senate Majority so-called leader, RINO Mitch McConnell said of the January 6th Capitol protest, quote, "The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people, and they tried to use fear and violence to stop a specific proceeding of the first branch of the federal government, which they did not like," referring to the election of President Trump by Pence and the joint session of Congress. Name any lie, Commie Mitch. Senate conviction, which requires a 2/3 vote supermajority, would trigger a second vote to bar President Trump, from ever again holding public office. Only a simple majority is needed for that, so passage would be a foregone conclusion. It was reported that McConnell said that barring Trump from running again would rid the party of him and his movement. Only if Trump starts a new party, I guess, right? And then Republicans would not have any power, ever, which would be nice. Mitch is catching blowback. Nelson County GOP leaders censure Senator Mitch McConnell after his Trump betrayal unanimously in an emergency meeting after the Kentucky RINO falsely stated that the Capitol was provoked by President Trump. This is from Revolver News and WHAS-11 ABC. Quote, "This has shown his true colors," said Nelson County GOP Chairman Don Thrasher of Mitch McConnell. "We felt today during his floor speech on the Senate, where he impugned the character of President Trump, was unacceptable to us. His whole behavior overall throughout this whole process of last week is not consistent with what he promised us when he was running for re-election." Nice. I'm James Hake. Now on to Jesse, Hour 3. TheHakeReport.com for my news reports.